The race towards central banks launching their own digital currencies is heating up. We have the Bank of England, Sweden, and now the US Federal Reserve is saying they're experimenting and looking at the idea of launching a digital version of their currency. So, what does this mean for our future?
Well, wise people know that most of what you read in the news is nonsense, and it's also spin, and it's designed to create a narrative and to keep the public distracted. So I wrote a book about this exact subject. I mean, chapter 17 of my book, Why Gold, Why Now, which, by the way, the book's not really about gold. It's about wealth and how to navigate when things are changing rapidly, which is what's happening now. But the US is already far down the line with respect to the digital currency. Now, digital currency means one thing: total control of every currency unit. So you're able to know where every single dollar is at all times, 24/7. You can restrict people's ability to spend. Nobody can evade income taxes because all the dollars are registered on a blockchain. There's no such thing as counterfeiting because it's impossible to counterfeit the digital dollar. So you can see how if you were a totalitarian dictator, you would be crazy about this idea. You know, someone would pitch this to you and you'd say, this is what I've always dreamed of. This is perfect. So of course, this is what we're going to see. The table's already been set. You know, don't believe the news where it's like the bank's thinking about it. I mean, come on. They're more than thinking about it.
Right. So, okay, you said that US is last on the list, and that is true. You know, Jerome Powell, before this announcement, had said, look, it's not important for the US to be the first. They want to do it right. Now, all of a sudden, they've said that they're going to start really looking at it this summer.
It's already done. No. What I'm saying to you is that that's what you're reading in the paper.
It's too late.
So, which is a highly organized way of disseminating narrative. And so by the time you're reading something in the paper, it's already done. So these guys have been on this for a long time. It's very smart of them. The purpose of having control of money, okay, we're going to block you off from using the world's, dollar payment system to punish you. We use the dollar as a weapon. So we use it as a weapon, and then we try to use it as a carrot and a stick in our own country. So now we're going to give money to people that don't work so that they'll spend the money. Okay, so this is harder when you have to mail people checks, so you don't know what they do with the cash, so you want to control what they do with this money. So digital currency allows them to do it. The last page of chapter 17 of my book has a quote. Now, we redacted the guy's name that gave me the quote because he's a member of a government body, not the US, but doesn't want to be revealed in the book. And he says, listen, this is what we've always dreamed of. This is it. We've always had a problem with cash and with gold and with all these things that are off the grid, because we don't know where the money is and we don't know what's happening. This is everything. You can't evade taxes anymore. You can't counterfeit. And we know where every piece of currency is that exists. It's perfect. Okay, so you got to unpack these things separately. So Bitcoin's value and the value of the blockchain that is the plumbing behind Bitcoin are totally separate. You trade the coin, but the actual infrastructure is super valuable, revolutionary, and it's eventually how we'll transact everything from buying a home and transferring property rights to buying a soda at the store, if you're allowed to. By the way, if you're heavy set, then they'll say no more soda for you, and your FedCoin wallet won't work if you try to buy soda. Okay, but the point is that what does this mean for these assets? Well, Bitcoin is the original, it's the OG cryptocurrency. Okay, I mean there's value there. Ethereum has application value that allows it to back smart contracts. All these things are very real. Okay, and this is very serious stuff. But the problem is when you see FedCoin come into reality, right? This is a closed loop blockchain. You can't speculate on FedCoin. You can't speculate. The currency is controlled by the nation state. And people need to see that many of these coins are going to go by the wayside. Bitcoin's always going to be an asset, but you've got to realize to sell Bitcoin, you have to cross over a network. And if you don't think that network's monitored and controlled, then you're just crazy. So there's a place in your portfolio, if you're wealthy, for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. And there's a place for gold. And these are not the same things. They're not the same things. It's not digital gold, and gold is not physical Bitcoin. Gold is analog wealth. Someone said to me a long time ago, anything that's on the computer is not private. Okay, well, it takes everyone a long time to figure that out. Usually a breakup helps. But the point is that it's not
Right.
private. Okay. So it's a good asset though. It's not that it's not an asset that's got validity, right? In these times, but it's not private.